been a Toastmaster for 5 years and has served as the club's Vice President of Education and as President. She is currently working on her Silver Communication Award. As a marketing communications professional, she is employed by Deloitte Consulting, developing new digital marketing solutions. She lives in Park Meadows with her husband and 2 sons. Tracy's speech today is the final one out of the entertaining speaker manual with the intention to make us laugh. The goal is to deliver a humorous speech drawn from her own experience and to develop it using a variety of material. The speech is 5 to 7 minutes. Please welcome Tracy.
Christmas is coming, and my anxiety is coming on fast. My 4 brothers and sisters and their families are coming into town to spend the holidays with us. When I say us, my mom and dad very conveniently live a mile down the road from my house. But my house is really too small to fit any guests comfortably, so everyone stays at my mom and dad's house. Now this is great, except I become like the supply unit to the mothership. They're constantly calling me for missing ingredients and other winter ski apparel that they need to round out their ensemble. So there is a constant flow of telephone calls to my house with dispatches. By about the 2nd day and the 5th phone call, my husband does not even answer the phone and greet them. He simply picks it up and hands it to me. It's odd about him. You know, he comes from a large LDS family where families are eternal. I really think he is waiting for eternity to get to know his family. Well, my mom is a wonderful host. And as everyone's making the trip or planning to come into town, she'll ask them. She'll say, Kieran, what is the one thing you want to do when you come into town? Well, she does this with 19 people in the family. Okay, if you do the math, they're here for really 5 days, and we have 19 people, and we're going to accommodate the one thing that everyone wants to do. This means you've got about 4 activities to do during each day. This is a frenetic pace of downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, sledding, ice skating, shopping on Main Street. Sometimes I get really, like I said, I get anxious about them coming in this frenetic pace. And I confided in my aunt once. I said, you know, Aunt Carolyn, I don't really like Christmas time because I'm just so exhausted by the end of it with the pace that my family keeps up. And she goes, oh, Tracy, I know exactly what you're saying. Your Uncle Ron actually calls this being Gallagerized. You come from the Gallagher family. I said, being Gallagerized? You mean like he's branded this idiosyncrasy that my family has? And she says, yeah. She says, you know, we'll be driving down to Utah and he'll be doing this mantra in the car saying, I'm not going to be Gallagerized. I'm not going to be Gallagerized. And he often sit on the sidelines and watch this chaos that happens for the days it's happening, as does my husband now. So they're 2 little peas in the pot. What's really interesting, though, is when you have a family and all these activities, if you've ever noticed, families do not move very fast when you have 19 of them together. After studying this for several years, I've actually put a scientific name to it. It's called the amoeba effect. Okay, so do you guys remember looking at an amoeba in a, under a microscope in science class? Yeah. An amoeba is a single-celled organism, but it's kind of like a big blob. And as one part of the blob tries to start moving one direction, there's like another bulge that comes out and it's pulling it this way, and then it starts to go this way, and then another bulge will come out before all of a sudden all the energy, not all of a sudden, very slow motion wise, starts moving in one direction. Okay, this is how big families move. So let me give you an example. We have gone to the ice rink in 2 different cars to fit the family. We're ready to depart. But Ryan can't find one of his shoes. So we're looking all over in the ice rink for his lost shoe. In the meantime, Aunt Karen has to get home because she's the one in charge of dinner and she needs to get the stuff in the oven. So she decides to switch cars and goes with the car that's already in the parking lot ready to leave. As soon as she goes out the door, back in comes Grandma with little Sophia because she had her all buckled in the car seat and then Sophia had to go to the bathroom, so she brings her back in. You see how this works? You just can't get the thing moving forward. So when you combined the amoeba effect with just one thing and 4 activities in a day, you just have a lot of chaos. By day 4, I'm ready to hit the Jägermeister by night, and that's what we're doing the 4th activity of the day, and that's playing dominoes with everyone. A couple years ago, I decided I needed to bail out, and I needed a day off. So I told my sister, I said, you know what, I just want to go up to the Uintas, really a quiet day, and go cross-country skiing. And she said, I'm with you. Let's just do that tomorrow. Let everyone else do their own activity. Well, let me tell you, for me, if I were on my deathbed and I had a wish of where I would like to be other than my deathbed, I would put myself up in the Uintas on a winter day because it is just bliss for me. So the next day, I'm driving down the road to pick up my sister at my mother's house. And I am just imagining the wind blowing through the trees and that gorgeous bluebird sky that's so surreal, and the ice crystals all sparkling in the sun, and the boughs of the trees hanging heavily laden with snow. I can't wait. Well, when I pulled into the driveway, to my surprise, the entire family and all their belongings have exploded into the driveway. I'm looking at them going, what is going on? Then I noticed there's cross-country ski stuff. Cross-country ski boots on. So I get out of the car and find my sister in the swirl and said, Lisa, what's going on? She just said, oh, well, the ice rink has a mechanical problem, and then Mary's legs hurt too much from skiing the day before, and then Carl heard that we were going to be going up skiing in the Uintas, and he decided to join us. And then the rest of the kids thought the skiing in the Uintas was a good idea too, and then Mom decided that she really didn't want to miss out on everything, so everyone's coming. The entire amoeba was now coming up into the Uintas with me. My head's hanging down low. I went back and sat in the car, and at that moment, I realized that my husband, who I thought was a big turd, was now the wisest person I had ever known on the face of the planet. So I enjoyed my time with my family there, but I'll tell you, I came across this quote that said, a dysfunctional family is a family with more than one person in it. That's my family, the dysfunctional one that I'm so happy to host this Christmas.